think we're ready for the next task in our calculating formulas in Google Sheets. So this first sheet, we're going to name fast food. Should have just finished this task, and I'm going to add a sheet. I'm going to click to add a sheet, and the name of this sheet is going to be weather. And I'm going to populate this sheet, and we're going to have a location. We're going to have the word high, and we're going to have the word low. Now, if you've ever used Google in a new tab, Google has a built-in feature to search for the weather in a specific area. So I'm going to open a new tab to show you example. I'm going to type the word weather. That's your keyword, weather. And I'm going to put Fresno. And I'm going to press enter. And do you see this? It comes up. Here it is, Saturday, Fresno, 62 degrees. Light showers. So I want this number right here. Saturday, here's the high, here's the low. I want you to input that based on what location you chose. Okay, I'm going to go back here. The high, 64. The low, 51. And my location is Fresno, California. Okay, so I want you to come up with 4 other locations. And I want you to use diverse locations, meaning locations that are not immediately near one another, so that you will have a range of weathers or weather type experiences. For example, let's go back to my tab. I'm going to type weather. I'm going to put Honolulu, Hawaii. Wish I was there right now. Okay, so right now it's 80 degrees in Honolulu, Hawaii. Interesting. Look, their forecasted high was only 79. It's actually hotter than their forecast. So sometimes that occurs, but I'm going to pick this down here. So here's the high and the low. So 79 and 68. I'm going to go back to my 79 and 68. I'm going to put Honolulu. Oops, spelled it right. Wrong, rather. Honolulu, comma, Hawaii. Okay, here we go. So you're going to populate 3 more locations. Don't use my locations. Use your own choice of a variety of locations. I'll be right back. Now we're ready to calculate the high of the highs and the low of the lows, also known as the max and the min. First, let's arrange our data a little bit differently. So I want to do some resizing. So if you double click in between the column headings, it will automatically resize that column to fit whatever data you have. So it's going to compact it a little bit. So what we can do then is we can change the font size. And if we need to readjust, you go back and you double click. You readjust. Sometimes you have to do it a couple times. I'm going to change the heading. Oh, look, I got to do it again. I want to also, let's see, we'll italicize it. I like the little lean to the side. Let's fill this in. Okay. And I'm going to do the high in yellow. I'm going to do the low in another shade of like a lilac. And then I'm going to do that one. Let's do that one, same blue. Okay. So let me adjust. And then I want this to also be a different font. So I'm just going to go through my list of fonts, pick something a little bit different and fun. Okay, I'm going to also select columns B and C. I'm going to align the information centered. Center align. Looks nice and clean and easy to read. Okay, so the function button is going to be needed. Now, what did I tell you the high is also called? It's also called the max, the highest of the high. We want to know the max of the maxes. Okay, so here's our formula. All right, we need to highlight the cells. Let me try that again. Highlight the cells that we want to find the max of and press enter. Yes, I know you could do this visually, but I want to see the formula in there. I want to see that the computer did the work for you. Okay, same thing. We're going to use that function. Now we're going to find the low of the lows, otherwise known as the min. We're going to highlight the cells we want to look through. And yes, again, you can tell that visually, but we're going to attract a little attention to these by, I always like making it red, and then I'm going to make it the font white so it's opposite. So I'm going to type the word max under max and min under min. So this is the highest of the highs and this is the lowest of the lows. So that is another formula you can utilize. I know it's easy when we only have 5 numbers, but imagine if you had 5,000 numbers. You wouldn't want to look through and find the one highest of all the numbers. Let the computer do the work, and all you have to do is use the formula. Okay, this task is done. Looks good. Let me know if you have any questions.